Boopity bop. Oh my god, maybe it's gonna actually work during the draft. Well, hey! It's casting time, everybody. It's gonna have ourselves a fantastic game of Dire versus Radiant, and right off the bat, those are probably some of the fastest bans I've ever seen. This is a full captain's mode. Has become the normal standard nowadays, and I think that's fair. I did actually favor the captain's draft a lot, but I think we in-house infrequently enough that it doesn't end up mattering too much, really. I mean, like, there is a meta that forms in these groups, but it's not like... I think there's a little more diversity here than among the pro scene, whereas, you would never see a Lion first pick, and probably Beastmaster could go the whole game without getting picked, but... I do like the way it ends up working out, and we of course always get to see crazy things like a freaking first pick Riki coming out from the Dire squad, and it's going to be Flanny that's going to be drafting for Dire, and DJ.Diddles going to be drafting for Radiant. So Diddles I think drafts a little more frequently. Flanny, if I could say one thing about Flanny's drafting that I really like, it's that he really picks what he wants, and he doesn't really try to get in the mind of the opponent's head. He just like, this is the hero I want, bam, let's pick it. And what he did here was pick up the Riki and pick up a Slardar, which is kind of a counter to the hero, but Riki's not really a hero that... I mean, yes, he does use Invis to run away, but the biggest threat from Riki is when he uses the Invis to get on you and initiate. And a Slardar won't help you there unless you have detection in advance. So I do think the Slardar is a little overrated as a counter to Riki in particular. But these two heroes together actually have decent potential. Now Riki, of course, has been pretty much seen exclusively in the not offlane, like support roaming 4 position role. And I think this Tricks of the Trade has contributed a lot to that. Not really a huge damaging skill, but just helps keep him alive, and then, takes... Smokescreen's cooldown is that long. I don't know. I really just... This hero is hard enough to kill that if he goes in first, he can buy time for his team to show up for a fight and put the other team in a bad situation. Reg, what? Reg is sending me some kind words. But we're just gonna... Yeah. So anyway, looking at the first 2 picks for the Radiant, it's going to be a Lion and a Bristleback. Now the Lion, of course, not surprising at all, was picked in just the last game. Great lockdown, all-around strong hero. But the Bristleback's a bit of a surprise to me. It's not a super unusual hero, but it wouldn't be one that I'd expect to come out in the first phase. So we'll have to see what plans Diddles has in store for the Bristleback. I don't expect any kind of cheeky wisp Bristleback combinations or anything, although that is quite strong. But the thing about Bristleback is he's kind of played as an offlaner, but he's one of the greediest ones available, and I think, much like Timbersaw, you're going to see more and more often, if this hero gets played, it's going to be in mid or safe lane, because it scales decently, but it does so much with farm early. Oh, I forgot, I'm not supposed to do big gulps of water. My bad. So anyway, Slardar is actually pretty good against Bristle, because even though he doesn't stop, the passive just makes it so it's a lot less difficult to right-click through the beefy Bristle, which will often perhaps go a Vanguard or a Mech, which will increase his armor, as well as his overall health pool. So, definitely a hero to watch, and definitely a hero that kind of hit and miss. Sometimes you'll just see this hero be invincible and they'll go on him and 5 heroes will attack him and it'll take them all to bring him down, or he'll buy time for his team. And sometimes you'll just be spraying quills, but you just can't get him, stack them up fast enough for it to make a dang old difference. Let's check the recording here, by the way. Looks like, yep, that does appear to be working. And back to the bans. Spirit Breaker and Ancient Apparition is going to be the next 2 bans for Dire. Spirit Breaker actually pretty good against Riki and Slardar. Ooh, and the Life Stealer comes out for the Dire. Pretty surprised that this hero made it to second phase completely unbanned. But of course, there you go. Phoenix comes out right at the same time. Just goes to show you how much that these players have different priorities, really. I mean, how often would you see someone prioritizing a Bristleback over a Phoenix or a Riki over a Life Stealer? Actually, Riki's been pretty popular. I think he did some work at Manila. But Lifestealer will be the pick of choice. Excellent against Lion. Pretty good against Phoenix. Of course, the main reason people pick Phoenix is for Sunray. There it is, with that beautiful pure damage. But honestly, I think Fire Spirits is a underrated skill. So we'll have to see if the Phoenix player chooses to max the Ray first. And it's funny how not too long ago the standard Phoenix build was to either level Sunray after you completely max the other two skills, or to leave a single value point in Icarus Dive and max Fire Spirits first. And I do think that max Fire Spirits first has some value, but again, that's just not the way people are playing the hero right now. It's all about that Sunray. You know, maybe you throw out some Fire Spirits as a nice little bonus, but it's all about the Sunray. And Dire actually going to go into the Vengeful Spirit here, so already 2 minus armor heroes with the Slardar and the Vengeful Spirit and the Lifestealer, the big physical core on top of that. And Radiant going to respond right back with the Faceless Void. Faceless Void actually great against all of these melee heroes. Love that pick. Looking like it's probably going to be a safe lane Faceless Void, as a maybe we could see a mid Bristleback, but I'd be very surprised to see this hero in anything other than the off lane, given what I've seen from the group of players. And Dazzle going to be the last ban from the Dire. They're not looking to pick up any more support, so that would complement their minus armor draft nicely. Actually really surprised. Maybe they're thinking it's going to be a Phoenix off lane for the Radiant with a Bristle mid, because, I mean, are they really going to run like a Dazzle mid? I don't know. That's a bit of a strange ban to me. But yeah, Dazzle last ban. So last hero for both teams, I'm thinking is going to be the middle. Notable heroes still in the pool. Of course, we got the Death Prophet, who just tears it up. But honestly, kind of a difficult hero to play, as Windrunner will be the final ban for the Radiant. So not hoping to get locked down. And Magnus, the last pick for the Radiant. Now that is not what I expected. No, of course, one big weakness I see out of this Radiant lineup is that all of their cores are melee, and they're going to go in with the Sniper on the Dire. Ooh. So probably going to be a Sniper versus a Magnus mid. Could be a Magnus offlane and a Bristleback mid. Bit of a flexibility. Given that Diddles is picking up the Void, that all but secures it as the safe lane hero. And wow, I think it's just really going to be a feast or famine game for this Sniper here. A lot of it's just going to come down to, will this Sniper get jumped or not? That doesn't quite seem right. No, I want scroll speed, not camera speed. There we go. Alright, cool. Let's set us up with some last hits and we'll have ourselves a game. But yeah, like I said, I think this Sniper is going to be a really big part of the game. When I started off, I said, okay, we're going to have all these melee heroes, and that's going to really prove a problem for them. But then they have all this beef, all this frontline melee heroes that can protect the Sniper. So it's really going to be all about initiation. It's going to come down to, will the Faceless Void be able to get a blink, leap, and get on top of the Sniper, or will the melee cores keep them back and the Sniper will go out of control? At the same time, this big AoE team fight from the Radiant's really scary, so it's a tough call to make. I'm not sure which of these lineups I favor. I do think that the Radiant's lineup is slightly more reliable. I feel like there's a lot of things that could go well for the Dire if they get their positioning right, but I feel like the margin for error, if mistakes come out and Radiant are able to capitalize, is very large. Mom Spaghetti going to plant a ward, which I'm sure they'll notice, and it looks like Dire here is going to go up the top lane. We'll introduce the players in a minute, but it looks like we're about to have an engagement here on the top lane with FamiliaTwin actually picking up the Magnus. Interesting. Have the Skewer Shockwave leveled first. 2 heroes here, but not going to do much. Meanwhile, on the bot lane, Diddles and Epimethius will be able to secure 1 bounty rune for team. Dive from Phoenix not going to come to much. So, unfortunately, we don't have any fancy Vanilla Major PGL-sponsored split screen cam, but let's take a look at the lanes one at a time. Going to be DJ.Diddles playing the Void, Epimethius on the line in the bot lane. Looks like FamiliaTwin going middle on the Magnus. Do me proud, my boy. AltemusPrime off lane on the Phoenix, and probably, almost certainly, COTE rack farming on the Bristleback. And for the Dire on the top lane, it's going to be Mom Spaghetti. On that Vengeful Spirit, Reg going to be picking up the Lifestealer. Mid looks like Timpura on the Sniper with BROTE on the support Roaming Riki. And last but not least, Flanny on the off-lane Slardar. So looking at these lanes, kind of a dangerous lane for Slardar. I think this will be the lane to watch. AltemusPrime and COTE rack don't really have the stuns. Of course, Reg and Mom Spaghetti could potentially get a kill. Both these heroes are, well, AltemusPrime not too tanky, but COTE rack very tanky, so not going to be the easiest lane for them to get killed. So I think this bottom lane, if there's going to be a kill, it's going to be on the bot lane. I think FamiliaTwin and Timpura here are most likely going to trade farm. No Stout Shield on FamiliaTwin, so Timpura can put on the Harass with that 650 base damage, but really going to be probably just a trading of farm. That That is what I wanted to. Just the trading of farm here. Was that a brief? No, it was just a graphical glitch. Yeah, it's going to be the lane to watch. Riki being played by the BROTE here. He's going to look for kills, but like I said, I think he's going to be wanting to look up to this top lane. Although these heroes are tanky, the silence is going to go a long way against them, and with the, once Reg gets the open wounds up, with the stun from Mom Spaghetti, I think they have this huge potential to get a kill. Unfortunately, Quillstack's starting to group up here, as they will have to go on Epimethius, but he will just be able to walk it off. Flanny 9 of range for a secondary stun, and BROTE no more but Venom, actually, so not really able to slow them on the stop him from getting away. Looks like the mid matchup though is slightly favored to Timpura. Of course, being the ranged hero, he will be able to get himself an advantage. FamiliaTwin has picked up the bottle, using all 3 charges and grabbing a... There you go, grabbing the rune. So Timpura pretty much not going to be punished, and it looks like the rotation potential from the Radiant is not that great either. Lion could come in. Speaking of Lion, he seems to be taking decent chunk of damage, but again will not go down. And they have dropped a sentry, going to make this movements from BROTE a lot more difficult to accomplish, as he will pop a salve. Did not see the starting items at the start of the game, but a bit surprised to see him with that salve. Would have thought he would have more favored the Tangos and maybe a Windlace or Orb of Venom. But it is able to keep him in lane as a pair of Magic Stick comes out, and both heroes. I really like this play, just making sure that the Bristleback spam is not going to get to them. Gonna increase their chances of... Basically, they... are less likely to get killed when they were unlikely to begin with, and they're also able to play more aggressively without the fear of those Massive Quill sprays. Of course, COTE is quite low on mana, so this is the difficult thing about playing this hero off lane, is sometimes you'll need the Quill Spray just to get last hits, but then your kill potential goes down because you have no mana. Has picked up the Ring of Basilius, would really like to see him pick up a bottle as well, just so he's able to continue this harass. But it looks like Reg, only 8 last hits, but I'm pretty sure he's not going to have too bad of a time, given that the mana has dropped low. Of course, Timpura, the big winner here with 21. Probably going to go into the phase boots. Hasn't picked up any boots at all yet. Actually, this top lane's really taking a lot of harass. I'm a bit surprised. AltemusPrime, 2 levels in the Sunray, but not the highest kill potential. Reg will drop an Iron Branch and eat it, so he will have the regen. Epimethius gonna suck off Flanny and get some sweet mana back. So, bit of a quiet early game, no kills yet, almost 4 minutes on the board. But yeah, this top lane, I think if things go well, BROTE can drop the silence, but I think the best kill potential is Diddles gets a lucky bash, and Epimethius just gets the follow-up stuns, and it'll work out well for them. BROTE, though, going a bit aggressive on Epimethius, will back out, not choosing to commit, and as it looks like in this part of the woods, it's the Dire that have the sentries down, making BROTE pretty much have free reign. Epimethius, looks like they have their own zones, and they're content to them. In the mid lane, FamiliaTwin throwing out the Shockwave. Will throw the skewer onto FamiliaTwin, and it's a drive-by. Not much going to come of it. If he would have hit, FamiliaTwin would have been in danger with that double damage rune from the Magnus, but he's going to have to wait about 20 seconds for it to be up again. Meanwhile, in the top lane, looks like BROTE's rotated around, and this is the lane combination of heroes that I thought had so much potential. Although COTE does have a decent amount of mana. Let's see, if they go on AltemusPrime, that could be the kill. Stun from Mom Spaghetti, follow-up silence, rage, open wounds. Could FamiliaTwin get the dive off? AltemusPrime going to dive out. Last Projectile for Revenge, not enough to finish him off, and they won't be able to secure the kill. If they would have overlap their spells a little bit less, or a little bit better, rather. Oh, they didn't have the open wounds from Reg, and I think that really would have made a difference. Lifestealer, just a hero that 1 point in every skill is so good, and I think he could have gotten in range for the open wounds, which would have kept the silence on, given them the 1 extra right click they needed, but a little bit unfortunate for them. AltemusPrime has a salve, will be able to stay in lane, and things will keep going alright for them. So as far as the farm trade goes, Sniper doing well, and the Void not too far behind him. Of course, this Void will be going for this Time Lock build, which is great damage, but it's going to very heavily limit his mobility with a Time Walk here. So if he gets caught, he'll have 1 escape, and that's it for the rest of the fight. Of course, his damage will be very nice, assuming maybe they get some initiations. FamiliaTwin on the mid lane, sitting on about 500 gold. Timpura picked up the phase boots, actually pretty low on health. Any rotation could kill him off, but it looks like players just content to sit in their lanes. Almost 6 minutes on the board and not a single kill to be had. As FamiliaTwin going to this top lane, going to bottle himself a rune, and again make it Timpura hard to stay in this lane. He doesn't have any sort of regen. He may go for this mask next. And oh, a haste rune from FamiliaTwin. This could be big. I think this is going to be first blood. RP, has no mana. Bottle charging, shockwave. Oh, no. Oh, he's got the haste rune. He's got it. Bam! First blood from FamiliaTwin with the help of the haste rune and a obligatory skewer just to taunt him. I didn't even need the skewer; it was just for style points. He says as he skewers himself into first blood. No, perfect execution. A pudasu desu. Okay. Meanwhile, on the bot lane, looks like we have a bit of a rotation. No, he's just looking for himself another rune. So. Going to be a bit of a setback. He actually did manage to buy his Mask of Death, so we'll be able to help us sustain, limit the ability of FamiliaTwin to harass him. We'll continue to go back to that mid lane. COTE not really looking to dive. Did have the stun on Mom Spaghetti. I think he could go for it with a nice Sunray and Fire Spirits. This top lane not going nearly as well as I expected it to for the Dire. I thought this would pretty much be a free farm lane for Reg, but it just hasn't turned out that way. He's been pretty low on health and not been able to get a lot back out of it. Meanwhile, in the bot lane, looks like the Argo aggressive on the Flanny. Stuns have already been used by Epimethius, so Flanny's just going to slither himself away. And meanwhile, in the top lane, BROTE's wrapping around again. They're going to see if they can do this, but this is dangerous. With the quill stacks from COTE, this could easily be a kill going the other way. Already won. Reg starting to take the Fire Spirits. Stun from Spaghetti all to AltemusPrime. He's in the silence. Open wounds come out. AltemusPrime going to dive away. No projectile to follow him this time. COTE's starting to do a lot of damage. AltemusPrime might be able to TP out. BROTE can't seem to find him, and he will make it out. And COTE is going to be fine as well. I think he could have gone aggressively. Actually, no. Stun will come out. BROTE taking some damage. Can't do... Ooh, Bristleback versus Riki. An interesting combination. And on the bot lane, DJ.Diddles going to pick off Flanny. So both teams' safe lanes starting to go for some kills, but it looks like only the Radiant safe lane going to accomplish anything. And again, they just seem so close on the Dire, but they just needed a little more. And I think... the thing you notice there is the Riki and the Bristleback is an interesting combination because he does more damage against the back, but he also does less damage against the back. So basically, this hurts the Riki more since the Bristleback, like, it's like he's taking normal damage and the Riki's basically doing no damage to that hero. So a lot more difficult than I anticipated for BROTE to have an impact in this lane. And it looks like he will be masking the smoke screen, which has been the favorable preferred build as of late. And I do think it's quite good. Epimethius sucking off Flanny about almost 50 last hits for the main two farming heroes in this game, as Riki will go into the Tranquil Boots, continue the roam. Crush gonna miss from Flanny. So it looks like maybe Timpura is looking to rotate on the bot lane. Hasn't gotten any in the shrapnel, so relying on his team to give him the vision, but his output from the right clicks with that headshot will be very high. Epimethius has been spotted out by BROTE. If he gets on him with the silence, follow-up from Timpura could be very strong, but they're not quite willing to go for it. And meanwhile, FamiliaTwin has... No, it's not FamiliaTwin. It's AltemusPrime rotated into the lane. So the ward will spot... No, Epimethius will spot Timpura. So they do see the rotations coming in. FamiliaTwin coming in as well. Probably about halfway to Blink. Sitting... Oh, no, he's actually gone for the treads. Probably not the best boots on the hero. I think he needs mana boots to just be effective. But he does have this arcane rune going. So Timpura not looking to stick around here. And also looks like for the most part it's going to be COTE chilling on the top lane by himself. Sitting on 1,300 gold. Wonder what he's gonna go for. Maybe, wow, what would a Bristleback be saving for? Unless he's going Midas, so I'll have to check off on him in 100 gold. As I have myself a hiccup, I'm gonna take a sip of water. And we're back. Little sips, baby, little sips. COTE on the top lane. I think he's going Midas, or he doesn't know what he wants. Midas could be pretty good. I don't know if the Radiant team has late, but if they're thinking we can hold out till late, maybe we're going to have ourselves some sort of a Radiance Void on our hands. I don't know. One thing I do really like about this hero is the versatility you can go with the skill and the item builds. Well, maybe not so much the skill builds. I do think Time Walk's back is generally going to be the strongest. Time Lock is pretty good. He hasn't seen the need. I think in the safe lane, actually, this is 100% okay. And he will go into the Mask of Madness, so a little bit of a old meta coming into play. And looks like COTE's actually just going to go into the Vanguard. Nothing too surprising here. Ultimate from DJ.Diddles will be a follow-up stun from Epimethius, and he will drop the finger. Flanny didn't have a chance. Poor soul will go down. Meanwhile, on the top lane again, Reg struggling a little bit, but starting to catch up. Only 44 last hits. The deficit has been decreasing, I'd say, between him and the other farming cores. Looks like Flanny has been struggling the most, and indeed he had the most more difficult off lane to go up against, as COTE is just much more suited to survive here. We'll have to see if that shifts in the mid game with the Slardar initiations coming into play. He has chosen to go for the treads over the Tranquil Boots, so increasing his speed against that kind of combination, but limiting his regen. So, wow, 1,000 HP at 11 minutes in the game. That's pretty How's the Bristleback doing? He's at 920, but once he picks up that Vanguard, he will surpass him. Meanwhile, on the top lane, just a couple of Quill stacks. Looks like Reg's pretty much gotten to the point where he can sustain himself in lane. Got those phase boots, going to be picking up the armlet. Not too far from now. And it looks like the farm game just continues for both sides. I think it's going to be those Blink Daggers that are going to be the determining factors. Probably the Blink Dagger from the Magnus, going to be when the Radiant looking to take some big fights. Blink Dagger from the Slardar looking when the Dire are going to hope to do the same. But the big difference is Flanny's been playing the offlane, will get spiked up, and Epimethius just going to steal a little bit of mana, only level 1. But FamiliaTwin with the mid lane, Farm is going to be able to put himself in a much better position to get a fast blink and help his team out. Meanwhile, Timpura has gone with the Fades, Mask of Madness build, so he's going to be very mobile but very squishy. And just putting some free harass on this top lane, he's probably aware that FamiliaTwin is, well, he doesn't know exactly where he is, but he's certainly obvious. They might go for a skewer kill on the Venge, not really the hero they're looking for, might even not the best usage of an RP, honestly. Oh, they're going to dive in anyway. AltemusPrime in trouble. Stun will come out. FamiliaTwin. Oh, he's probably just outside the range. Oh, hero's coming in though. This could be a dangerous RP. And he'll do it. Egg going on over the top. Timpura with the Mask of Madness, taking a lot of damage, even if he gets Egg. But he won't get the Egg. Supernova explodes. They don't have sight for BROTE, but it's going to be 2 kills going their way. And that is... they really just gave it to him. I think they should have just let the Vengeful Spirit die there. They TP'd in 2 to try to help him, but they just set up for a 2-bad RP. It's very nice holding of the RP by FamiliaTwin, but just poor positioning. I mean, even TPing to a different side of that tower might have turned out okay, but in the end, the Mask of Madness is going to hurt Timpura a lot. But it looks like Dire Heroes are coming in looking to punish, not trying to let this Radiant squad take the Tier 1 top. Reg, farming creeps, almost in position to come in, but it looks like Tier 1 tower will be claimed by the Radiant as it's 5 kills to 0. Radiant looking off to an amazingly strong start. And indeed, we'll switch over to net worth just to see how things are shaping up, as the Void and the Magnus are the leading net worth. Not surprising to see this Void doing so great. Sitting on almost 2,000 gold at the moment, so very interesting to see what he's going to be going for. Also, not maxing out the time walk right away, really favoring that time dilation. And it looks like DJ.Diddles may get caught out, but does have, ooh, you'll chrono to be safe. Ult's going to come out from Timpura, but couldn't be able to kill him. And he'll just be able to run himself out. No way they're catching that. That dude is way too fast. A little bit surprised to see the chrono come out, but given the way he's playing, not really fighting with the team so much, I don't think it's going to be a huge loss for them. And honestly, with... actually, if he catches Timpura in the Chronosphere, the other heroes really can't do much to him outside of BROTE with the silence. But the potential, like, he is insanely safe in the Chrono. Actually, they have the Vengeful Spirit swap, which could also help him out. But either way, this Void pick is just going to prove to be insanely strong, and I think it looks like he's going to go for an Aghanims first. Unless maybe he decides to go for a Scotty. I am going to be a little worried about the damage output of this hero, but considering he's about 2,000 gold ahead of the next highest net worth hero, I think he's going to be doing just fine for himself, especially with those bashes and the attack speed from the Mask of Madness. Looks like Timpura looking to go into the Maelstrom, and on top lane, COTE may be trying to make an aggressive move on the Reg. DJ.Diddles wrapping around. Reg doesn't have a TP out, and of course with the bashes, not the Gristbot. Reg going to try to man up against Diddles, but with the bashes, ooh, actually Diddles might be in trouble here. Nope, Reg's ult going to run out. Going to hop into the catapult though. They're going to burst it down pretty quick. Should probably try to hop out here. Can he armlet toggle his way out of this one? Getting the hits. Quill Spray is going to come through. They're going to be able to finish him off. Was not able to armlet toggle through. FamiliaTwin has the Blink Dagger, is on the scene, but obviously does not see BROTE. BROTE just going to move aside, and we'll spot out the blink on Timpura. Actually going to put himself in a very dangerous position. FamiliaTwin. Oh, silence comes in from FamiliaTwin. Is he going to skewer in and ult, or is he just going to run? Nope. Backups there from AltemusPrime. FamiliaTwin skewers in. Does he get the ult up? He will, but he's not. There's no follow-up. Stun on the AltemusPrime from Epimethius. AltemusPrime, though, a bit of trouble. He will start throwing out the Sunray. Finger of Death will come out. Timpura probably gonna... Oh, he's gonna have misses on the high ground. And the slow attack speed. Egg will complete, but no real follow-up to speak of. DJ.Diddles on the hunt. Doesn't have mana for the ult. Couldn't pop the Mask of Madness, but not looking to chase. So at the end of the day, 2-for-1 trade across the map. And, of course, we're going to have 7-1 Brazil as the score. So Dire will put themselves on the board. But only with a support kill, so not really what they were hoping for. Who claimed that kill? It was the sniper, so probably the best thing for them. Don't have an RP though. So we'll have to see how this turns out. They do have the chrono, which could be more than enough. Timpura is mobile, but just move speed might not be enough as he puts a single point in. Oh, and it looks like they're going to try to find Reg, but the skewer will not connect. Radiant Hero is very grouped up, but Dire just don't have the ability to punish. Epimethius is going to get gone on by Reg. Not much you can do. They're going to try to TP out. Almost makes it, but probably needed a little bit more. And Timpura are going to start throwing out Harass. Swap in. Ultimus.Prime going to dive out. Is going to get finished off on the Magic Missile. And the RP goes through for FamiliaTwin. I guess it didn't even go off last time. Diddles doesn't have the mana, but he's pummeling into Timpura. But he actually is forced to retreat when Reg starts attacking him. FamiliaTwin trying to finish off Timpura, but it looks like COTE's actually going to be the one to do the job. One more hit, and Quill's going to be able to do it. Meanwhile, to the other side, it looks like the Magnus was able to make it out, but COTE doesn't have mana. Would really like to get that kill on Mom Spaghetti, but he is getting surrounded by Reg. Probably needs to TP out if he wants to have any chance of living, but Mom Spaghetti has the stun. Will he throw it now? No, he's saving it. He's holding it. COTE might... Oh, Magnus with the skewer. FamiliaTwin going to get one kill. COTE, though, out of mana. Experiencing a lot of struggles right now. Oh, skewer will not be able to slow him down. Reg got the phase boots coming up in just 2 seconds, but he's hitting against the back. FamiliaTwin with the body block, but it's not going to be good enough for the phase boots come in. And COTE, oh, he is so tanky. And then Orbital Toggles. Oh, the Sun Ray. He can't Orbital Toggle through that. Or can he? Whoa, OS Frog. Flanny's finally here. Haven't seen him in a while. Dive comes through from AltemusPrime. BROTE doesn't have the invis. Now it will proc. And Flanny chasing down FamiliaTwin, this long-ass engagement. AltemusPrime actually is able to finish off BROTE. Now Epimethius come in, draining the mana of Flanny. Gonna start to take a harass. Reg's come back in. Blova will be popped. Reg not looking to fight it. Reg comes back in. He will get the kill, but may die himself. No, Sniper's back into the fight. Stud goes through from Epimethius. FamiliaTwin gonna get himself out of there. Phase Boots chasing. Epimethius does have finger at 11 seconds, but he's going to find himself in a bit of a hot pickle. Timpura not going to look to chase as the stun comes off cooldown, and, well, that was a hell of an engagement. About similar number of kills going away to both teams, but obviously I think this is going to benefit the Dire, considering how far behind they were. They'll be happy to trade kills at this point. If the action picks up, so let's see, almost Aghanims completed on DJ.Diddles, so he will have very frequent Chronospheres. Epimethius looks like he will go down. Yep, don't know how he got the sight from that. So he will have frequent Chronospheres, but now I'm beginning to worry about the damage output. His Magnus and Bristleback do decent damage, but the Bristleback just hasn't been able to get up in there and do everything he wants to. Dire will find this double damage on the bot lane, so we'll have to see how things shape up. Timpura will be the one to claim that double damage. Damage output from him is really going to be a problem. So it's going to be, like I said, all about those chronos and those reverse polarities in order to catch him out. He's coming in from the side, perhaps in a dangerous position. Do they see AltemusPrime? They might have got a glimpse of him in the trees. FamiliaTwin, not really the hero they want to go on all that ideally. Could swap on the Mom Spaghetti, but that would put him right next to Timpura, so not the greatest. Oh, Timpura! Oh, FamiliaTwin just going to catch Mom Spaghetti with the RP, though. Diddles coming in as well. Mom Spaghetti going to stun on FamiliaTwin, but he's just accepted his death, and Timpura has gotten himself out of there. Diddles charging forward, but again, with only 2 points, not going to be able to. Timpura trying to kite him. Will catch him on the edge of the Chronosphere. What? The silence comes out from BROTE, and they're just going to be forced to retreat. Yep, they're backing out. Diddles still kind of looks like he's trying to fight. And it looks like Bristleback has managed to kill Reg, end his killing spree on the top lane. Very close kill, but with the Crimson Guard, it's no wonder that he was able to man up against the hero. Diddles, Aghanims will come into play. Don't know if they have it, but they might not be expecting that to be his first item. And those early cooldown Chronospheres could be a big issue. We'll have to see. The thing about the Dire's lineup is they're not heavily reliant on any team fight ultimate. They're just have pretty decently low cooldown skills, as opposed to the Radiant, which of course have 2 big cooldown ultimates for control, as well as the Phoenix Supernova, which has a decent cooldown as well. But it looks like Diddles actually 12 seconds to Chronosphere. We'll have to see if he tries to make another play. 4 heroes grouped up. Mom Spaghetti may scout him out. Will drop a ward, which will immediately be counter-warded. Is there a gem? No, they just had vision there. DJ.Diddles chasing on the Mom Spaghetti, wrapping around on the BROTE. We'll say, okay, we'll take this Riki pretty much for free. We'll get swapped out at the last second, but it is burning down from AltemusPrime. Finger goes on to Mom Spaghetti. Timpura from the backline, putting an ult onto Diddles, but it's not going to nearly be enough to finish him off, and they'll just take a kill for free. Will cost them a Chronosphere. Again, I think they're just hoping for a little more out of these fights. One-man Chronos are okay when you have such a short cooldown, but great swap from Spaghetti unfortunately was not enough to save him, but I think they just need to get more out of their ultimates. They will look to push though, so that's pretty big. Is there a Blink Dagger on Flanny? He does have it. He actually just picked it up, so this could be a big fight for the Dire if they choose to take it. Meanwhile, Reg coming around for the back. DJ.Diddles has spotted him out with the ward, though. Reg doesn't have a TP, can't go for the Rage TP, of course, with Diddles on him with the bashes. Again, doesn't have this leap up, so he just can't catch up to him when they pops the face. But Flanny comes in with the Blink onto Epimethius and Diddles. FamiliaTwin comes in, pops the RP. It's on the 2. It's pretty nice, but the Faceless Void is down. So down goes the main damage dealer. Riki tricks the trade over the top. Korak actually managed to finish off. Timpura just dives on through, and the Sun Ray starts to come through from Phoenix, and that's going to be really problematic. Gonna get swapped in. Reg taking a lot of damage. Korak starting to do work, though. AltemusPrime and Spaghetti hoping to man up against Korak, and they will finish him down. Finish him up handily. BROTE considering coming back in, but really, BROTE, I mean, COTE, he's the champion of the fight. Let's just show the recap here to show the damage done by this hero, and you're going to see 3,000 damage done by this Bristle. A hero that I said wasn't going to do much, wasn't able to do much at this point. Just look at him now, 3,000 gold. Not sure what he's going to look to pick him up, but just he was able to run himself in there. Maybe a Shivas would be very nice. Echo Saber could be okay here. I don't see a lot of Bristle lately, so it's tough to say what items are good. But Echo Saber, of course, just a very strong item. Maybe not the best on Bristle, though. I do think a Shivas might be a little bit stronger, just so they could get in. He was able to just run into the sniper before, but they can't really reliably have him do that. Obviously, Void Chronos, Blink, Reverse Polarities, those kind of things are a little bit more likely. But like I said from the beginning, if these Dire heroes are able to beef up and protect the sniper with a strong front line, they might be able to get to them. So I really think the Shivas would be a strong... oh dear. Strong potential pickup for the Bristle. And he will go into this plate mail, so maybe my words of wisdom is reaching, but he is going for the Assault Cuirass instead. Definitely not a bad choice against Slardar. Reduces the sniper's damage significantly, and can't fault him for that. I think he does have the right idea, though. Armor items are going to be strong, and he's just looking to be a powerful frontliner for his side. Meanwhile, it looks like Riki going to go on a deep warding mission. And Diddle's actually going to jump on a Timpura. Will pop the Chrono. Not sure if this is going to be enough, though. Timpura, if he gets unlucky with the bashes... Nope, he's just dead. He's just dead. There is no backup. He is... They just... Wow. I mean, he's got a Dragon Lance. Maybe he's going to go for that Hurricane Pike. I did see that on a sniper I played against earlier today. Built that in. It seemed to work out okay. I wouldn't say it won him the game, but it definitely like fixed some bad positioning issues. And it looks like a pause is going to come out right as they're about to gank Diddles. If he jumps out of there right now, he's going to be okay. But otherwise, he's going to find himself in a bit of a dangerous spot. Unless... no, they have no idea these support rotations are coming around here. So going to be interesting to see if they're able to react in time. Indeed. What's going on with the item builds here? Let's check it out. Haven't seen what the supports are up to. Looks like Epimethius is actually not going for the Blink. Maybe going for a Force Staff first, which is, of course, great against the Lifestealer and all these melee cores. AltemusPrime maybe going for an Atos. Earn pickups, not too surprising. I guess they're not looking to drag this game out. Maybe Dire have a bit better late game. I guess since Dire are less reliant on their cooldowns, it's a little bit scary to go late as Radiant, because if they take just like an okay fight or a bad fight, even if they buy back, they just might not have the cooldowns for those big ultis. Of course, Ags will help to alleviate some of those issues, but of course the reverse polarity, there's not really much they can do about that. Looks like Spaghetti will be going into this... no upgraded boots. Well, he doesn't have much net worth on him, so there you go. Anyway, game's resuming, but it looks like it's going to be Aetherlands on the Venge eventually. Let's see, will DJ.Diddles be able to escape this predicament, or will they jump him first? And it looks like he's run headlong into danger. Flanny going to jump in. Stuns for days. Magic Missile. Magic Missile? Swap? Swap back into silence. Magic Missile. There it comes. They're going to kill DJ.Diddles, and that's a big kill for them. 490 gold going the way of Riki, which will help him out. He's not really he's contributed a lot, but he's not really been able to put any sort of items together off of it. Actually, he has put the drums, and I do like that pick. Will just help their team fight early, which is what they're really seeming to struggle to do right now. Anyway, Reg on the top lane. Got himself a casual ogre club. I don't think he's gonna go BKB. There's nothing that he really wants to react to move. Looks like they're gonna spot out Flanny though. FamiliaTwin gonna get silenced. Blink up from Flanny in a couple seconds. FamiliaTwin chasing. And he'll be able to get himself out, and they actually don't get any kills. Meanwhile, Reg's coming in, surrounded by a lot of heroes. AltemusPrime will have the Supernova and the follow-up. Reverse Polarity from FamiliaTwin. Certainly going to be enough to kill the Kuron monster. We got a Skewer, will only hit on the bench, so Reg might be able to get himself out, but FamiliaTwin's chasing with a haste, although it's starting to rot, and they're slowing down Reg. AltemusPrime going to give them the vision. Will rage up, but you can't rage off the sun. Actually, I guess you can. It does go through Magic Immunity. And Timpura on the back line is going to start to do some damage, but if COTE can just get on him, oh, there we go. DJ.Diddles comes through. They will drop the silence on him, so his damage is output, but the Chronosphere is positioned perfectly, and COTE can do the damage. The Lifestealer has hopped into a black magic dragon? Ancient black dragon. Black magic. That's... But this is just not going to work out for him. In fact, he may be in danger of dying himself if the Void gets a single bash. FamiliaTwin going to jump in. He will hop out. He will have the rage. Flanny's come in with a great 3-man crush, though, with the tricks of the trade. Diddle's in trouble. Going to get bashed. Not be able to get out of there. And all of a sudden, all of Radiant are dead except for Korak, so he'll try to get out. But with the final crush coming through from Flanny, he's running out of mana and just doesn't have the ability to output the damage to scare these heroes away. And it looks like, at the end of the day, 5 will go down. For the Radiant. Started off pretty strong, but they overextended a little bit trying to chase Reg. So that was unfortunate for them. But really good capitalization. Again, did pick off Timpura, but he did get a kill in the process, and he is just somehow managing to continue to keep up in terms of net worth. Reg starting to catch up, and actually Bristleback has overtaken the Faceless Void as the most farmed hero on the team. So yeah, this Void itemization, this Aghanim's first, it's definitely, like, they've gotten some Chronos, but really, I just think it would have been better for them to try to save the Chrono for multi-hero ones instead of just having super frequent Chronos to blow on one hero, because they'll get that one hero, but what they do after, the Void just doesn't have the damage output right now. Meanwhile, they will ping out the fact that, that heroes are in the area, so Radiant's kind of aware of what's going on. Pause will come out for the disconnected Korak. And let's take a look at some items again. So, looks like Mom Spaghetti about to disassemble for that Ether Lens, which is going to be amazing against that Chronosphere. It will probably mean a lot of deaths incoming for him, but if he's able to save whoever gets caught in the Chronosphere, going to be super worth it. And honestly, just like, with these Chronospheres it's been throwing out, like, for one person as they have been, it's going to be extremely ineffective at this point. Like, they're just going to have to fight more efficiently. I don't think there's been, like, any particular problem with the RPs from FamiliaTwin, but it seems like they'll catch heroes, but they're not able to capitalize on it. And really, it might have almost been worth it to just drop the Chronosphere on Reg there, because him running away ended up costing them so heavily. And I kind of think this Force Staff's a mistake too, because given the way that there's the sniper is just so protected by the dire heroes, I really think they need as many avenues for initiation as possible in order to catch him out. So anyway, it looks like AltemusPrime here, almost about 100 gold from finishing his Atos, which will punish the positioning of pretty much anyone that isn't the Lifestealer. So I do like the item, but I'm just not sure it's gonna... I don't know. I'm not sure it's going to work out the way they think it is. How much money on the Bristleback here? Because he almost has the AC, which will make him extremely effective. But as we saw in the last fight, sometimes Bristleback's just that hit-and-miss hero. You saw the one fight where he ran in and he was quill spraying everyone down. But if he's not there from the beginning of the fight till the end with other heroes alive, he just can't do it on its own. He was spraying quills, but when he's alone, they can just take their time, focus him down. But when he's in the chaos of the fight, other people coming in, distractions, that's where the Bristleback really excels. And we'll have to see if this Assault Cuirass is enough. But who knows? Who knows indeed? The Sanj is gonna be for a halberd, I think, and this... I don't know. I can see what they're going for with this, because I know Timpura is not going to go for a BKB, but he might be even going into Manta here, so they just run the risk that he'll like Manta and they won't be able to decide which one to disarm. I'm not too sure about this build. Maybe it'll prove itself, maybe it won't, but we'll have to see. I don't think it's been, besides the sniper, I don't think it's been the right click that's been killing them. I think it's been these multi-hero stuns that have been hurting a lot. And they do manage to get a deep ward in from the Dire. In fact, 2 deep wards in for the Dire. Not sure how long these will last. But are there any sentries? There are sentries on Epimethius, but I don't think they're aware. They saw the heroes come through, but meanwhile, BROTE on the prowl. Epimethius, is he going to drop a ward? Or is he going to give away a free kill? BROTE on the prowl, not looking to chase him. Popping a sentry. Dedicating a lot to this area. Ooh, if he goes back through that area, he will find the ward freshly planted. Delicious. And that's really not what the Radiant are looking for. Their vision is decent. They've actually got 2 decent rune wards, which are gonna spot major rotations, but I think they're playing a little bit too passively right now. I think if these sniper and this lifestealer gets farmed, no matter who the Void can't likely catch both in the Chrono, so it's what we did before. Monster getting a stun on the Diddles with that extended range from the Ether Lens, and he's just gonna back out. BROTE is in the area. They will counter sentry with their own sentry. But really, they're just not making any plays right now, and I think a passive game heavily favors the Dire. As on top lane, Timpura going to go into AltemusPrime. He doesn't even realize what's happening. Does not manage to get the kill, though, so... FamiliaTwin looking to punish, but not going to be able to do it. Yeah, he's pretty much alone here. They are rotating up, but Timpura is just too fast, and he's in fact TPing to the other side of the map. Hello.
Can I bring Kit Kat in here?
Sure. So anyway, there will be Cat in the room, so we must make quick adjustments and hope Cat does not destroy everything. So, anyway, back to the game. What's going to be the play here? I don't know. Let's see if there's any major items coming through that teams are... Oh, Coat Rack maybe out of position. They're smoked up. Flanny going to break the smoke. They are going to find Coat Rack here. This isn't really the hero they want to go into, though. Going to get swapped back. If they can manage to back up this Bristleback in time, it's going to be really good for them, but it looks like he's just going to go down. Hanging in there a little bit longer. Oh, Chrono on the back line. It's going to catch out Timpura and Reg. Reg starting to take a lot of damage. DJ.Diddles going to switch targets. FamiliaTwin coming in. RP. Nope, he holds it. They're pushing in Timpura. And... Oh, what? Oh, he doesn't have mana for the RP. Now it'll come in, get 3 heroes, but the Void's already down. Maybe they can finish up Flanny. Doesn't have any mana. FamiliaTwin taking a shit ton of damage. Holy smoke. It looks like it's going to be a full 5-man wipe with Reg getting the last kill on the line. Oh. What? Why are you looking at me?
You're really fast.
I'm casting. Don't judge my lifestyle choices.
I don't know what that means, but...
It means I'm watching the game and commentating.
Oh.
I'm like the guy that goes...
Like a sports announcer?
Yeah, I'm like the guy that goes, GOAL!
Oh my god.
Except...
Are you live right now?
Well, just recording. No one would watch me because all my friends are playing.
Oh, Kitty, I forgot to give you your food.
Anyway, looks like fucking Dire are gonna get a free Roche off this. Holy smoke. I thought that fight was gonna really well for them. If they would have had the RP on point there before the Void went down, that would have been huge for them, but didn't turn out that way. So it was a 3 for 5 trade. I completely missed it. I'm going to say the Dire have a decent advantage by this point, though. 2,500 gold. I think if the Radiant don't start making the plays, they're going to find themselves in a bit of a hot pickle.
Sorry, I won't say anything. I just thought the hot pickle.
I have an audience now. This is great. You need to go, oh, whenever things start happening.
Sure
you can be my crowd. Nala, you can be the crowd too. Or you could just get in front of the monitor and fuck up everything. Okay. Timmy, Farm of the Jungle. No real item progression coming out of the Magnus here. Oh, jump in. Diddles. It's a long jump. He does have himself a brink, but it's on the Mom Spaghetti. That's not really a high priority kill. Silence will come in. Mom Spaghetti gonna walk himself out. BROTE has decent damage now with the Diffusal Blade. Oh, gonna get skewered back in though. Will end up dead, but cost him a lot to do so. Might find himself in a bad position here. FamiliaTwin. Oh, BROTE is actually caught out underneath the sentry. Flanny comes in with the crush, hits on the 2. Epimethius goes down. FamiliaTwin's getting focused. Will pop the RP, but they don't have the damage, and they're just gonna back themselves up. RP pretty much wasted there. No sniper in that fight though, so they were able to cleanly extract.
Don't you dare lick that food off that plate.
Oh, FamiliaTwin. Well, I mean, Timpura knows he's there. There's no way, right? No way that anything gets a kill. Oh, rotation spotted through. What was that ping? Venge ping that. Why'd she do that? I don't know why she did that. Maybe they dewarded. Anyway, Magnus gonna finish up this Heaven's Halberd, so we're gonna have to see if this is the defining item or it's just more struggles ahead. AC has been finished off by the coach wreck, so that's good. I feel like I've been focusing a little too heavily on the Radiant boys here. What's going on the other side of the map? Sang and Yash. Well, it'll make him faster. He's sitting at only 388 move speed without the Mask of Madness, though. Dire Heroes in the jungle. Looks like Flanny working on that BKB. Guess to protect him from the lion stuns. He's got a Force Staff, but I don't know. I don't know if that's really the item. The magic damage isn't really the strongest from Radiant. It's more about those team fight ultimates. Meanwhile, BROTE looks like he's going all... Oh, the sassy steal. Oh, hi, cat. Going all in on those team fight items for the drums. Actually, has he got himself an Aqua coming out? I think Vlad's would have been very strong. Of course, that would have given away the Riki's position 100% of the time. Flanny looks like they've got the Life Stealer bomb ready. Kitty, what are you doing? You gonna watch? Or are you just gonna sit there and lick your lips? And shake. Okay. Anyway, it looks like five men on the bottom lane for the Dire. Radiant looking to put themselves up for defense. I think all eyes are on the Magnus and the Void. But it's getting to the point where they just don't have the damage. Like, they get the ults off, but, you know, Bristleback, does he have the TP? Yes, he does. So he will need to get to this fight quickly if they're going to hope to make any kind of decent defense. And meanwhile, Cat is investigating the action. Oh. Cat in the middle of screen. I can't really see what's happening. Okay, we're going to have to improvise. Oh, yes, sit down. Good kitty. Oh, crush from Flanny. They're going to blow up Epimethius. Calm down, Cat. Flanny taking a lot of heat. Korak starting to take the damage. Don't sit on my mouse, please. Thank you. Flanny in the middle of everything. Chrono on the back lines, but it's going to whiff completely. Flanny will end up going down here, but Timpura is just going ham. FamiliaTwin maybe can get the skewer RP. Nope, we'll just skewer right on the Reg and BROTE. Korak and will be able to finish him up. BROTE dropping low as well, but Timpura is just a menace in the back lines, and they can't do anything to stop him. He's going to get 3 kills for himself, or 4 kills for the Dire, and I think at this point, it's pretty much the Dire's dream scenario come true. Radiant just can't get on the sniper, and he can just put out way too much damage with these frontliners. The Lifestealer and the Slardar are coming up big, and with this, they're going to be able to push high ground. They don't really like the. I don't even think it's worth it for the Phoenix to buy back. He just can't do enough on his own. So it looks like this will almost certainly be a free lane of racks for the Dire team. With that Deso from Reg too, they just take it so fast. We'll end up buying back on the Phoenix anyway. Ult from the Void is available in a couple seconds, but he does have a crit now, so starting to get some damage, but attack speed does, I guess the Mask of Madness, but just not what you'd really be looking for at the start of the game. So, I don't know, I mean, it's not like you can blame this on this item build, but I just don't think it's been really doing enough. I feel like maybe the Manta Diffusal, I don't know, he just doesn't have the damage. Little underwhelming. Actually, Dire Hero's still on the bottom lane. BROTE has a Lifestealer surprise inside of him. Might be able to get Diddles. Diddles on the high ground. Jumps aggressively. Oh, looking for Timpura. Will he get the Chrono off? Oh, disarm. They are caught out Timpura, but Diddles will be the trade. Finger will go down, finish him off anyway. Reg on the front lines, though, doing a bunch. FamiliaTwin RP, oh, in a couple seconds. Doesn't have yet. He could use it, but there's just no follow-up. I think it's going to be a waste. He'll... skewer him away, but this RP is just not going to amount to much. There's no follow-up. COTE finally comes in, but I just don't think he can do it on his own. FamiliaTwin on the run, get it magic missile by Mom Spaghetti, and it looks like it's COTE against the world as Cat is bathing herself. You go. Ah, wait, cutie. Anyway. Huh? Good kitty? Good kitty. So now Diag will be able to take out that... So, don't step on my mouse, please. Sweet lane of Rex. And, COTE trying to sit there and look intimidating, but can't do it. Can't do it. Big advantage going the way of the Dia. Lifesteal the one to claim both of those. And, okay. Reg says I'll take this gank to go. Ooh! Chronosphere will come out. BROTE in a bit of trouble. Moss Spaghetti can swap him in any time. We'll choose to do so now. Could they turn this silence coming in? Reg looks like they're just going to abandon Mom Spaghetti. Mom Spaghetti says, screw you guys. You suck. Meanwhile, in the top lane, a little bit of rat going on, though. Flanny is bapping down the tier 3, taking a lot of damage from the Sunray, but AltemusPrime actually looking to slow him down. Will be able to continuously cancel this blink, although BKB will come out from Flanny to secure the escape. Yes. Ooh. Kitty! Alright, what's the hope for the Dire or the Radiant right now? Because things are looking pretty grim. Anything. Have got the Vlads on COTE. He's got so much armor, but he just can't seem to get into that fight. Maybe this is tough. Like a blink on a bristleback just seems so underwhelming, but it almost seems like that's what he needs to get himself from the front line. Either that or like a BKB or like mass force staffs or something. I just don't even know. But I would fancy that, yeah, the net worth is swung quite heavily in the way of the Dire, so I think it's only a matter of time for these heroes. Once the Venge respawns, I think they'll be looking to push their advantage once again. Either take out this top lane of Rax or take the tier 2 mid and just continue on the party train there. So yeah. BROTE, can't see what items you have. There you go. That Diffusal actually increases his damage so much. That was kind of surprised me there, especially with the backstab coming out. Radiants are looking for something. Diddles, Blink. Oh, we'll be able to catch out Reg, but here it goes. Doesn't have the damage. Assault Cure is not finished on Reg too, and I think this is just going to be... Oh, actually it will Hex Reg, but it's not much they can do. Flanny going to get a nice 2-man crush. Starting to deal damage. Diddle's going to run. AltemusPrime going to do his best with this run rate. Healing up COTE, but Timpura's on the side. Diddles might go down. Egg's sure to follow, and it looks like this might be a full 5-line wipe. With the blink coming up from Flanny, actually big swap back, and yeah, that's just going to be the end of the game. I think Radiant had a very strong start, but as I said, you know, from the very beginning, these beefy frontline heroes are just, oh, look at this nice target we can go on, and sometimes you just don't have the opportunity to jump the sniper, which is really what they needed to do, and it's not always easy, but there's no, you know, oh, if they would have just done this, it would have worked out. But I would say the Faceless Void build could have been a bit stronger. He didn't have the damage output as they went into late game. And Magnus is just not the biggest damage dealing core, and Bristleback is not like a burst core. So I really don't think they built around the Faceless Void very well. And I don't know. It just obviously didn't end up working out. So well played to both teams, of course, but they're coming out on top. Good on them. Let's see what people have to say for themselves. GG.
GG.
JJ.
Okay. Hop off my dick, Diddles.
Flanny as the winning captain.
I was the
and
only one that could catch you.
Motherfucker.
And then I just throw my smoke cloud.
Flanny as the winning captain and drafter. How do you feel about this victory?
Smoke weed every day.
Honestly,
Oh, you heard it here
he
first.
shouldn't even be
God damn it.
considered a captain. That draft is terrible.
That draft was amazing.
I don't know
so
what's
next
wrong
level.
with that draft. It seems
think-
pretty standard for the current meta.
Yeah, for the current, I guess, like, if it's four cores,
No. You have one of Slardar or Ricky, not both. You realize,
Well, you have
do
to pick
that
both.
all the time.
Yeah.
Like,
You won.
all through the major,
They did
Ricky
one
Smash
with the
Slaughter.
lifesteal.
I don't know what's the fascination of this Ricky shit. I don't really think it's very effective.
He does better than Bounty Hunter just because of the smoke cloud. Like it's
Yeah,
just
this
overpowered.
AoE.
He
I think
contributes
yeah.
to fight, and his net worth, like, doesn't. When he dies, it doesn't matter his net worth as well.
Yeah.
But I mean, you know, I don't know. That top lane, super fun. two super fun safe lanes.
Yeah.
The
I have
first
not
one was a
played
good
Magnus in a very long time. I keep forgetting how to do the freaking blink skewer.
But I saw you have a haste rune. I was just gonna flip over and just accept my fate.
All I know is that I think we lost that game specifically because I kept running in front with the bristleback. We would be winning the team fight, and then all of a sudden, the blink crush on me and bristleback, I die.
Hey Joey, don't fuck with my black dragon.
Oh, yeah. I
like-
thought because Phoenix Sunray did pure damage, it went through spell immunity, but it
Wait,
didn't.
it doesn't?
It doesn't, no.
Hmm.
And so I was chasing you with fucking, like, it was Sunray draining my HP for no
Hey,
fucking reason.
it's-
and then, like,
It's apparently
They
pure
changed it ever
damage
since.
that doesn't go through magic immunity.
yeah,
Oh,
and
so it's
I
like-
found
right,
that
it
out
used to
after you
be-
killed me with Black Dragon.
It used to
It's
be
like-
that all pure damage went through it, right? But now
Yeah.
it's all dependent.
You have to read the tooltip because
Yeah,
like,
like OD would be pretty broken.
Timbersaw as well. Timbersaw would be utterly broken
Oh,
if
wait, never
all his
mind.
damage went through.
OD's skill never pierce BKB ever. So
Coattails
Yeah.
up channel and disconnected.
never mind. I was thinking back before you know how they reworked composite damage. Back then, pure always went through BKB, but you're right. OD would be OP.
Oh, she's hungry.
Muted and deafened.
Whew.